Okay, so they've got this Sorceress Tila figure coming from Masterverse, and this is one of those figures that I could probably do without. Now, the majority of people out there didn't even like Tila's character in the Revelation cartoon series, so I doubt that they're going to get too excited about this. Besides, we just had a Sorceress figure a while ago too, right? Now, we have a figure of the new character anyway, and what's interesting is that on the back of the box, you now have photos of the actual figure itself and what it can do, something that the old boxes didn't have. Anyway, Sorceress Tila is based off her appearance in the upcoming 3rd season of Revelation, and it's titled Revolution. Okay, so her bio here reads, after years of running from her past, Tila embraces her heritage and hones her newfound magical powers as the next sorceress of Castle Grayskull. Yeah, it's all pretty predictable and just, flat out boring. You know what's going to happen. But like I said, okay, we've got this new figure here and it can do a bunch of stuff. And let's see what it can do. Okay, you can have Tila holding onto her staff weapon. Yeah, you can play with a cloth cape. All right, that's fun. And there's this photo here where she tries to attack you with her hands. Okay, look at her just lunging at you like that. Does the toy do that too? Anyway guys, Ken here from the Retro Toy Escapades channel in Malaysia. There was a ton of new Masters of the Universe Masterverse scale figures at SDCC 2023, and all of these came in new boxed packages. These really make them stand out so much more. They're so much more striking. With the old boxes, you had the darker borders and you needed the full window display of the figures in the front to make them identifiable on shelves. Now, all of the artwork was on the box sides and back, and the layout was fantastic, but you couldn't get the art to be immediately visible and standing out on the shelves. But now, you get the art really jumping at you from the front, and you also get a plastic window slot here on the side for a portion of the figure to be displayed to the customer. Now, this direction for the MOTU packaging boxes reminds me a lot of the Transformers Kingdom packages, which use the same display layout as what you're seeing here. The artwork in the front wraps around the box. You get a window for the figure on the side. On the back, you had a photo of the actual toy itself. Now, I've always loved this packaging style. I always thought the Kingdom packages were some of the absolute best modern day toy boxes ever made. Now, when I saw the Masterverse box images here, I just immediately went, hey, that's that Kingdom shit. Okay, I love it. Now, in today's video, I'll be checking out the images they showed us of Masterverse Wave 11. I talked about the Sorceress in the intro. Now we're going to be checking out Man-at-Arms. The selection of boxed figures here in Wave 11 seems less exciting overall. I think it seems a little bit boring. But they also showed off a whole bunch of other figures without boxes as well. And I'll be covering that maybe in another video if this one gets a good enough response. Usually Masterverse videos here on the channel don't really get that much traction compared to Origins. But we'll see, okay? The bio on the new Eternia Man-at-Arms reads, the last thing Duncan remembered was He-Man shouting, by the power of Grayskull, reality cracked and all went dark. Suddenly, Man-at-Arms found himself in a new Eternia, one broken and in need of repair. Guys, you know what? This could be one of the very first times that I'm actually seeing the words New Eternia used in relation to something of an alternate universe. I don't think that's ever happened before, right? I mean, this whole time, we just accepted that New Eternia was a subline of the Masterverse brand of figures, like early concept figures and stuff like that. But now they're actually referring to it as a separate, universe altogether within the current He-Man multiverse. Okay, that's freaking amazing. Okay, that means that, I don't know, man, this just opens up all kinds of doors. Now, this new Eternia figure of Man-at-Arms looks great. It looks highly detailed, but we've already got a good version of him from Wave 2. Okay, this one has an alternate mustacheless face and an interchangeable mace attachment, but I don't know if that necessarily justifies the need or the price point for a new Man-at-Arms figure. Okay, then we have this all-new cybernetic version of Skeletor. This is the fate that befell him at the hands of Motherboard at the end of Revelation Season 2. Now, the bio here on Skeletor reads, after shockingly teaming up with He-Man to save Eternia, Skeletor returns to Snake Mountain to reclaim his throne. However, the cult of Motherboard have transformed him into a cybernetic slave. Yeah. Now, this particular version of Skeletor here, I mean, to me, well, he's half demon wizard and half RoboCop. I'm not sure how I feel about the design for this new heavy metal Skeletor. You see here that he does have the option of 2 alternate looks, pretty much, because he's got one version of him here where you can actually put on this crown on him. Okay, this thing that looks like a crown here, and one without, all right? And then he's got a Havoc staff that looks like it's sort of like, I don't know, is it a separate piece or is it fused into his right arm there? Not really sure about that. But either way, I have to tell you, okay, I mean, this particular look for Skeletor isn't quite really doing it for me. And it looks like something that you probably see on the Netflix cartoon, okay, the one that was made for kids, that's now been cancelled. But if this look is now canon, I guess that we'll be seeing it translated to everything else pretty soon, maybe even Origins, yeah? But we don't know how this Skeletor is going to actually turn out on the actual cartoon. But just by looking at it, you know, just like this, I'll probably just skip it, okay? Now, the only figure that's a real standout here for me personally from this entire wave is, of course, Trapjaw. Now, this is the Trapjaw figure that we've been waiting for all the way since the time that Masterverse was first announced 2 years ago. This is the figure that we want, not the earlier deluxe Revelation Trapjaw figure. Nobody really wanted that figure, okay? It just flooded stores with hundreds of unsold units, and maybe it's because they also sculpted him with his tongue sticking out for some reason. You see that? Why did they do that? Nobody knows, okay? No one knows, but this, however, is the Trapjaw figure that we've been waiting for. His bio here reads, "Victory was in reach as Trapjaw raised his cybernetic claw over Man-at-Arms. As He-Man summoned the power of Grayskull, Trapjaw suddenly crossed dimensions into a shattered world, new Eternia." So not only does this bio here for Trapjaw directly link to that of Man-at-Arms, okay, they're having the same conflict, okay, which means that both figures in this particular wave are linked to each other in a particular combat scene. But also, on top of that, once again, it references New Eternia as being a separate dimension, okay, an alternate universe within the same MOTU Multiverse. Okay, this is something that, you know, we just didn't expect, all right? Okay, it says here that New Eternia is a shattered world, all right? A shattered world with better-looking action figures, okay, and more options for display and posing. So you see, it's not all bad, okay? But this also means that the world of the Origins action figures can intersect with that of Masterverse in a legitimate way, because they're making it canon here, okay? They're making it canon that all these separate toy universes are just part of the entire MOTU Multiverse, all right? Now, this particular Trapjaw figure comes with a blade, okay? Yeah, I think this is the first time that we've seen Trapjaw, like a Trapjaw toy that comes with a blade. You know, the thing looks cool. And he's got his other accessories here, like the claw. And also, the other thing here is just that it's mentioned, in fact, in the Pixel Dan Mattel walkthrough video at SDCC, that the claw attachment here for his arm can actually be interchanged with his jaw, all right? The regular maroon colored jaw that we're more used to. So that is something pretty freaking amazing. That's something that we've never seen before in a Trapjaw action figure. Overall, I think that this is just basically like the ultimate Trapjaw action figure in the market that we could currently hope to own at this point. All right, I think it looks great. Let me know your thoughts on all of the reveals here for Masterverse Wave 11. Drop your comments below, and I'll catch you guys again real soon with more content. Thank you. Take care out there.